Hello, it's Darren Pointer here with a quick video on a couple of the new features in version 6.8.8 of Audience View around optional charges and specifically around Booking Protect. What we're going to do here is I'm going to take you through the customer services and how to instigate this new optional charges line that appears on the order summary page in the desktop, and also how it affects online and a new pop-up box that comes in if you've got your configuration to support this to either opt in or opt out of the Booking Protect or Refund Protection scheme. So let's pull this apart and see exactly what you need to do. So first of all, we need to go into product configuration and create our charge. Now I've actually already gone into my system and created a couple of charges here. So I've got my refund protection opt-in and opt-out. Let's just have a look at how they look. I've given my name, a description, a short description. That's all pretty standard. There is a new policy field here, which has got the option of opt-in or opt-out. Now, all your existing charges, so whether service charges, additional ticket fees or order fees or anything else that you're using, as part of a migration script when you upgrade to 6.8.8, they will all be set as required. So that means that nothing that you've got existing in your system will have changed. You can't suddenly forget to include VAT or any HST taxes included that you already have in your system. They will all be locked down and set as required automatically. But when you're creating new charges, you do get an option to set the policy as required or the opt-in or opt-out versions. Additional information, terms and conditions, and add-on article, they're all new as well. So this is information that's going to link to content management and an article that is preloaded for you as well about Booking Protect, and it just highlights some of the information that Booking Protect need the customer to know. You can add to that article. I'll show you that in a second, but you can't actually edit the text or the images that are already there. So you can add to them, but please don't take them away from that article when you see them. The terms and conditions field here is a PDF, a link to a PDF document or a Word document. In this case, it's a PDF which will be supplied by Booking Protect, Refund Protection, with the terms and conditions of what the customer is buying. And then finally, the add-on article is what appears and makes it online to give them the option of to incline, so opt in or accept it, depending on which route you take. Other than that, on this details page is all the same. I still need to give the charge a version and be careful of which level. That needs to be set at level 1. The cap of this charge needs to also be capped at 1 for all of the roles that you allow this for. Don't have anything else, and make sure that you have a value of 1 in here. Otherwise, you can start getting more and more charges. There's no limit to the charges there, so please make sure that's capped at 1. And finally, the pricing. Now, there is a script that we will run for you to create all the thresholds that are needed for all the different values of orders or the values of the admissions, the miscellaneous items specifically that appear in the order. So if you've got $100 worth of admissions, then that will give you, for example, an additional fee of $2.50. There's a great long list of these thresholds that will automatically be loaded for you as part of the upgrade. In this example, I've just kept it very simple and kept it at $1 or £1 for all roles. The difference in this pricing tab, though, is that no longer, if I wanted to change a price to a role or add a role in, I no longer have to go back and create a new version of the charge. I can simply add in. So just for example, I can take this migration role out here, I can add an entry, and I can put that all on its own on a different line, and I can click apply, and that's all done without actually creating a new version of that charge. So it's a little bit different in charges on that pricing tab for you. I still have, though, all the available charges, so if you wanted to include your taxes in this, VAT or HST, you can still do that. But the charge itself can be edited as and when you please. So once I've got that charge created, I've got the opt-out charge here just to show you that very quickly. It's exactly the same setup, but I've just set my policy here to be opt-out. all the difference, all the other things are exactly the same, and my pricing is there as well. So once I've got my charge created, I'm going to show you the example first of all of putting this against admissions. So I'd need to do that on a price chart. Let's just show you. I've got two price charts here, opt-in and opt-out. Everything is exactly the same. Basic is good. Pricing is exactly the same as previous version. And then when we get to the charges tab, my available charges comes up. There's my price types that I want to apply this charge to. A promo code if necessary, and then my calculation. And the calculation has to be against an order. It cannot be any of the other options. It needs to be against the order. And also one thing here, that if you do have more than one optional charge, and by optional it's either opt-in or opt-out, I can't have an optional charge on an optional charge. Okay, so just be aware of that as well. So once I've created my charge here and I've made sure that the calculation is against the order and I've assigned it to the relevant performance, that's all I need to do. So just have a quick look at the opt-out version as well. It is exactly the same. There's my pricing for this, and in my charges I've chosen the opt-out charge here against my price chart. Again, very importantly, can't stress that enough, that the calculation must be against the order. So when we go back into customer services, and let's come back and search for a performance. There's my seats. If I add that to the order, there I can see my admissions, which is good. And then I've got the optional charges. So this is the name and the description. If more information is the additional info field against the charge itself, and the terms and conditions is a link to that PDF. If those two fields against the charge are blank, then these two columns on the order summary do not display. So there's some logic in there to say if they've got a value, display them. If not, don't. The total amount, and again, as I said earlier, that will be dependent on the value of the admissions in this example. So the thresholds will come into play there. And then I've got an accept or decline. So at the moment my grand total is £20. If I accept this additional charge, then you can see the charge appears there and my grand total increases to 21. As you would expect, if I hit the decline option, it removes the charge and I'm back to the £20 again. So what does that look like online? Well, let's go into, again, my local install of 688. Here's my online. There's the performance. I've called this opt-in just to make it very clear. I'm going to choose a ticket, add that to the order. Everything's exactly the same. This is my shopping cart. Continue to log in. There's my login details, choosing my delivery method, and it's when I get to the payment page or the order contact.asp. This will be quicker on your system, but there is a new pop-up that is instigated, the name of the charge that's in question, then the details from the content management article that we've created and we preloaded for you. This is just a snapshot of the things, of the benefits of Booking Protect. Then, because this is the opt-in option, I've got, there's the description again. I've got my terms and conditions, which is the link to the PDF or the more information button. I can choose those. Let's open that in a new tab. That will open up the PDF for me. There it is. Or if I go to more information, again, this is just going to be a link to the article itself. So this is the logo and the information that needs to be retained against the article, but you can add your own kind of stamp to it. So you can put a little bit more information on there, or maybe an image or logo, depending on what you like. So I've got my charge. You can see here it's charging £1. Now I can either accept or decline this by two little buttons. If I accept that, there's a couple of things that's changed on this page. So I've now got an order options section which is displaying here and the value of that. I can go back to the shopping cart and I can revisit the terms and conditions or get the more information links, or I can actually, if I made a mistake and say actually I don't want this, I can remove that from there as well. I'm just going to remove those tickets from my shopping cart, go back, and there's a slight subtle difference to the opt-out version. It's done in exactly the same way. I choose my seat, shopping cart. I'm already logged in at this point, obviously, so I can choose my delivery method. And at this point, the pop-up will come up. but it looks very subtly different. No longer have I got the accept or decline button, but now, because this is an opt-out version, the yes button, radio button here, is defaulted and it's selected, so I'm going to add that to my order. If I don't want that, I have to select the radio button and then click continue, so I've got a choice here. But by default, the yes will be selected, and again, I can continue. Same principle applies. My new order options section here as well, so I can update that. That will take me back to the shopping cart, and there's my links again through in that process. The other item that Booking Protect can be configured against are miscellaneous items. So again, I'm going to go into product configuration, and this time miscellaneous items. I've got a couple here that I've created already. They're exactly the same way as all other miscellaneous items, so name, description, a category if you wanted to, payment methods and delivery methods, etc. That first page that hasn't really changed, nor has options, nor has calendar, making sure that the actual miscellaneous item itself is there. The pricing, again, that will be the price for the miscellaneous item, the overall. This has changed a little bit with miscellaneous items to come more in line with what you'd expect to see in price charts, for example. So there's a new charges tab that's been broken out into its own separate one now, where it used to appear in this top section of the pricing tab. It's now got its own tab, and again, I can just have a list of the available charges, and again, I've got the calculation. Once again, this particular item is going to be, the calculation for this Booking Protect needs to be against the order. So slight different there, new tab, which is more in line, as I say, with other areas of the application. It's done exactly the same way for opt-out. There's my information. Come to the pricing tab. That's the price, what the miscellaneous item is going to be, and then the charges, which is going to be against the order in that place. So again, in terms of selling this, it's exactly the same. There's my miscellaneous items. Let's choose the opt-in. So it might be this. I'm going to have one of those, add it to my shopping cart on my order summary page. There's the optional charges section with my links to terms and conditions. I can either accept or decline that for either way as I like. So let's take a little look at a couple of the other areas of the configuration. So content management, as I mentioned a couple of times, there is a new article and it's called Booking Protect. There it is, that will be preloaded for you. It's a body type article, making sure that it's on calendar to at least the internet role. And the text, this will predefined. There isn't a logo that will be there for you. This is the text that needs to remain. Please do not edit this text, but you can, obviously, because it's a body article, you can start adding in extra text either above or below that information, but please don't again change that text. That will need to be fixed for you. And that is the name of the article, Booking Protect, which is then configured against the additional information field on the charge itself. So just to show you in here, that will come in, and there's the name of my article. There is a new report to support Booking Protect as well, so business intelligence reports. If I come down to the bottom of the page, it's under technical reports, and I've got a Booking Protect report there where I can choose the range of dates, normal reporting options here, so I can choose the date range or previous 7 days, today or yesterday. I can choose which charge I want to run this report against. I'm going to choose my opt-out for this example. Display headers is whether the column headings in this report are displayed or not. So I'm going to choose mine as yes. And if I hit execute, there's some specific information that Booking Protect require, and this will go into to be able to feed into their servers. And you can see there that the product price is the amount of the eligible offering. And then how much the order number or the sales reference for it, and the fee amount that was charged for it. So how do we get this information to Booking Protect? Well, we can either just download this and send it off, but there's a new function when you saved a report. You can do this either by scheduling it or as an ad hoc basis. There's a new option called SFTP, so this will transfer all the information from your system into the Booking Protect servers directly. So they will supply you with a username and password, which you enter into here, and also a URL. Which just tells the file where to send the information to, and then a file name which could be different to the report name, just to identify you with Booking Protect. Now this functionality is not just about Booking Protect. You can do this now for all BI queries and also all store code reports. So it's a nice easy way of getting lots of data securely to an SFTP server for third-party information, for example. Maybe an email campaign, email marketing program, something like that. But that SFTP option is available on all reports now. So you can do it ad hoc, as I've showed you there. I'm going to go back into my saved report so you can just see this. There's my Booking Protect. It's one I created. And if I expand this, you can see I've chosen my target as SFTP, the target file name, the username and password that's been supplied to us, and then the format that I want that report to go in. And then I can choose the schedule option, so I can put that daily at a specific date and time, and that will automatically transfer that file to the servers as required. So that's a configuration of optional charges. If you have any questions, please post them on AV Connect online, or please do get in touch. Your relationship managers will know a little bit more about this, as do the service delivery team. So please feel free to reach out if you have any specific questions, and we'll answer them as best as we can. Thank you for watching.